in the alleged land scam in Karnataka that has embroiled the state's chief minister and his extended family. Out of the blue, late last night, at around 10:30, news broke that the chief minister's wife, Parvathi, offered to surrender 14 sites totaling more than 38,000 square feet allotted to her in an upscale Mysore locality by the local Land Development Authority, saying her family's reputation was more important to her than any riches. This is what she said, and I quote, "I do not want any wealth, sites or land. My family's dignity is far more important to me. I have not discussed this with my husband, son or any other family member," unquote. The decision to return the land back to MUDA, to the authority, comes amid allegations of nepotism and corruption against Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, accused of influencing MUDA to allot 14 sites to his wife instead of two 60 by 40 feet plots she was entitled to in Mysuru for her 3.2 acre land in Kesare. So she, instead of viewers getting just two plots of a certain size, got 14 in a very, very tony part of Mysuru. On September 27, the Lokayukta police filed an FIR against the Chief Minister, Parvathi, her brother B.M. Mallikarjuna Swamy and two others, following a special court's order on a complaint filed by an RTI activist. A few days before that, the High Court had raised serious doubts with respect to the allotment of the sites in favour of the Chief Minister's wife and had concluded the matter required further investigation. This is what the High Court said. How and why the rule was bent in favour of the family of the Chief Minister is what is required to be investigated into. If point 2 does not require investigation, I fail to understand what other case can merit investigation, as the beneficiary is the family of the petitioner and the benefit is by leaps and bounds. It is in fact a windfall. The judge also went on to say it is unheard of for a common man to get these benefits in such quick succession, bending the rule from time to time. It also went on to say, therefore, the law was completely towards prima facie illegality, only to favour the wife of the petitioner, as the very allotment of sites as compensation is said to be contrary to the Compensation for Land Acquired Rules 2009 and Incentive Scheme for Voluntary Surrender of Land Rule 1991. It's too bleak a contention meriting any acceptance, albeit prima facie, that the petitioner was not behind every standing, just behind the curtain. It is not behind the smoke screen, but behind the curtain even. But will the return of the controversial parcel of land, viewers, restore, as the Chief Minister's wife has said, the reputation of the family? Or, as the BJP says, is it a tacit admission of guilt? On a lighter note, viewers, if giving back totally absolved a person who's taken something illegally, then Gandhis could return assets like Herald House that YIL or Young India Limited had allegedly, quote, taken over, unquote, from Associated Journals. Malia, Choksi, Nirav Modi could return all the loan they took from banks and walk away. Political parties could return, quote, donations, unquote, taken from electoral bonds. The British could return the Kohinoor, no questions asked. Dawood Ibrahim, Hafiz Saeed, Masood Azhar could turn themselves over to India, no charges pressed. Viewers, merely returning something doesn't mean that you're absolved. Think about it. If this is an admission of guilt, then why was Karnataka Chief Minister demanding crores of compensation from his own government for giving up his wife's land to MUDA? Till the other day he was saying, give me the money. Now he wants to return it. Why, viewers? Because courts are beginning to catch him out, perhaps. I don't know. At least prima facie. Let's ask some questions. Let's open this up. I want to bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra, and I want also Sanjay Jha to weigh in on this. Sanjay Jha, it's a direct question once again. Is an admission of guilt? Is this an admission of guilt? He had said, and let me remind you, a few years earlier, that why do I need to surrender the land if I haven't done anything wrong? Today his wife is running to surrender the land. Has he done something wrong? These are his words, not mine.
Well, Rahul, very succinctly and quickly. Number one, the decision to make the allotment and the compensatory offer was done with the BJP government in power. So we have to investigate who are the people that the BJP has benefited and why would they do anything for Mr. Siddaramaiah? Point number one. This is the most preposterous part of this entire case. Point number two. As far as the ED and all these charges against Mr. Siddaramaiah, let me quote to you the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court the other day asked the ED, 40 convictions in 10 years after 5,000 cases accounts to 0.8% conviction rate. The Supreme Court mocked the ED, basically telling you, Rahul, this is the old playbook of a very desperate and a sinking BJP. Political vendetta. It's going to go nowhere. Point number three.
But if it is vendetta...
The Supreme Court, my last point, Rahul, my last point. The Supreme Court, in several instances over the last few years, has overturned a High Court judgment with very strong comments, actually, which tells you that there is a long way to go in this case. And I know why the BJP is doing this to Mr. Siddaramaiah. The headline on October 8th is going to be the beginning of the end of the Narendra Modi government at the center, along with the defeat in Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana and Maharashtra in November and probably Delhi in February.
Right.
So I think the BJP has to try every trick in the bag to hold on to something, attack the opposition.
Well, viewers, look, we've been down there also. In 2018, in December, the BJP lost 4 Hindi heartland states. And Rahul Gandhi thought he was sweeping. One second. Rahul Gandhi thought that on the corruption issue of Rafale, Chaukidar Chor and company, he was sweeping to power. He hasn't even swept to power this time, viewers. He's woefully short. One second. He's woefully short and he threw the corruption kitchen sink. Why are you speaking over me, sir? I never spoke over you.
Sorry.
He threw the kitchen sink of corruption at Mr. Modi, calling him a henchman of Adani and Ambani while doing business with Adani and Ambani in their own rule states. That's a different matter because somehow they all get very cleaned up. These Adanis and Ambanis, when they invest in Kerala or they invest in Indi states, or when the Rajasthan former chief minister was hoping for a 25,000 crore investment, then they're all squeaky clean. But that's completely different. I don't want to go down that route. Viewers, fundamentally, if a chief minister in the past has said, I don't need to return the land, I haven't done anything wrong. If he has fundamentally said, viewers, that look, as far as I am concerned, there is nothing to hide.
He said that.
Then why is he returning all this?
Because he wants to put an end to this very vulgar game.
What's turned? What's changed?
Well,
the 40% Sarkara of the BJP just lost an election.
Let him speak, yeah. Let him speak.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Abhijit.
The good thing is that if a crime is committed, if you reverse the proceeds of the crime, it doesn't make it an uncrime. You see, it still remains a crime. So I don't know what he was trying to achieve then or what he's trying to achieve now. Right? Number one. Number two, we need to remember this is a multi-year crime that has happened. Starting in 2009. This land was apparently taken over by Siddaramaiah's brother-in-law using forged documents. Then, MUDA apparently encroaches on this land, and instead of getting 2 plots in the 50-50 scheme, she's given 14 plots of land. This is after the brother-in-law has gifted it to his sister, that original plot of land that MUDA allegedly encroached on. Then what ends up happening is, not only is 14 plots of land given, the quality of land given is like taking away somebody's property in Dharavi and giving them a bungalow in Malabar Hills. Or to put that in the Delhi context, taking away somebody's flat in Noida or Dwarka and giving them a 3-acre bungalow in Prithviraj Road or Amrita Shergill Marg or APJ Abdul Kalam Marg. Now, all of this being the case, I'm sure Mr. Siddaramaiah is innocent. I'm sure his wife is innocent. I'm sure his brother-in-law is innocent. So why are you so upset about an investigation? I mean, Modi was under investigation, an investigation they started for how many years? Till he was given a clean chit by the Supreme Court. But so, they should not be investigating.
What is interesting?
Even investigating a crime. You see,
Congress
leaders,
Rahul, you need to understand,
are divine. Siddaramaiah is the 10th incarnation of Vishnu. And therefore, investigating him is heresy. It is blasphemy.
Okay, so
All Congress
what is
leaders are the 10th
interesting,
incarnation.
what is interesting, viewers, is the day after the Lokayukta ordered a probe, a local court actually asked the Lokayukta to order a probe, and the Lokayukta then began filing an FIR. The government passes an order barring the CBI from investigating in the case of Karnataka. They just kicked them out. They said, you can't come here. And this is, viewers, the Congress party that talks about federalism and center-state relations and all of that. One unified geography they talk about constantly. And let me tell you and ask you, Sanjay Jha, fine, the ED is a corrupt organization. Then why did the Congress, in the liquor scam, demand, and there are letters that have been written to the authorities, from the Home Ministry to the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, demand an ED probe into the liquor scam against Kejriwal? It is on the basis of a Congress complaint that Kejriwal had to spend so much time in prison. Yes,
Well,
it's a fact.
Rahul, let me answer you. Please do not interrupt me in the interest of a fair conversation. It is not the Congress. It is the LG who initiated the entire inquiry, and the LG is a puppet of the BJP government. Point number two, the Karnataka government, the BJP was defeated because it was the most corrupt party in the state's history. It was called the 40% Sarkara. Now they are bitter about Mr. Siddaramaiah. They're trying to attack him. Look at his career record. Never a charge of corruption. Point number three, the biggest and the most corrupt party since independence is the BJP. Demonetization scam to be investigated. Electoral bond, the world saw it. Rafale, no forensic investigation as yet. And Adani Gate, let's not even begin on that issue. I think the truth is going to unfurl in the weeks ahead. Mr. Modi's time as a Prime Minister is coming to an end.
We can indulge in rhetorics. We can indulge in rhetoric. I just want to very quickly, and you can Google this, viewers, look up AIPC Delhi, which is the All India Professional Congress's handle. On the 3rd of June 2022, it said, quote, this is the complaint letter handed over to the Delhi police by DPCC President Anil Chaudhary and other senior Delhi Congress leaders. Kejriwal's fraudulent liquor policy must be reversed immediately, unquote. And that's where, viewers, the matter began. The police started investigating. ED came later. So this is right here. Please have a look, viewers.
That can be another FIR.
This is the AIPC.
That can be another case.
This is.
It was triggered by
please,
the BJP.
please. Oh, come on. I'm showing this. Please Google it, viewers, yourselves. Anyhow, viewers, I always come with the hard facts. This is not your normal prime time, 9 o'clock, you know. Hang on. This is not your... One second. Don't get hysterical. Calm down.
What is the ED's conviction
Okay,
rate?
sir, calm down.
It's an instrument of
Calm down. Sir, in corruption cases against politicians, it is done fairly well. I stand corrected. At one time, viewers, I took a larger number, but recently in the 28 FIRs that it is filed, it has achieved a conviction rate of 94%. But anyhow, viewers, I have the facts. You can check them yourselves. The fact of the matter is, viewers, when the shoe is on the other foot, it begins to give delight. When it's on your own foot and it's pinching, then you begin to squeal. By giving back this land, has Siddaramaiah absolved himself? I leave you to ponder that question. But up next,